Chair now recognizes the gentlelady from New Mexico, Ms. Leger Fernandez, for 5 minutes.
Good morning, Mr. Secretary. So I want to tell you a little story. In 1991, toxic waste spilled from a closed hard rock mine into the Pecos River, poisoning our precious water. The rural communities who depend on that water finally, after years of work, convinced BLM and the Forest Service to protect the Upper Pecos watershed from mining. But the Trump administration recently reversed this withdrawal without any explanation. And the Pecos is just one example of the Trump administration giving away lands to the lowest bidder. Really bad return on the investment. Mr. Secretary, how much did the Department of Interior collect in royalties last year from hard rock mining under the General Mining Act of 1872?
Well, based on your sign behind you, I think the answer might be zero.
Exactly. And you know why we collected zero? We did collect zero. I'm glad that you can read. But this is the point. You said earlier that we need to have a return on our investments. And we are collecting zero from hard rock mining. And more concerning, you also complained about the idea of China controlling this area. Well, I have legislation, and I have sought through amendment to prevent foreign adversaries, to prevent foreign corporations from mining our precious resources and giving the United States nada, nothing. I would ask you, would you support that kind of legislation to require foreign corporations and especially foreign adversaries to pay royalties so that we can get our return on our investment?
I not only would, yes, absolutely would support it, but I don't think we should be allowing foreign adversaries to mine critical minerals in our country.
Well, I'm glad that you support that, because right now we have Rio Tinto, which is 15% owned by China, and they should not be mining in culturally important places like Oak Flats. So we will work with you to see if we can stop that. Mr. Secretary, I want to move to another pretty important place in New Mexico. As you know, Chaco Canyon is a World Heritage Site. It is precious, it is irreplaceable. And after years of studies, years of negotiations between all affected tribes, the Department of Interior protected Chaco Canyon through a withdrawal. Yet we hear that BLM is now considering reopening Chaco to oil and gas development. And you come from North Dakota, Mr. Secretary. You're a governor. You understand the importance of tribal sovereignty and of consultation, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I want you to commit to sending somebody with decision-making authority to conduct in-person, individual tribal consultations with each tribe that has an interest in Chaco Canyon. Can you commit to that?
Absolutely, and of course, we hear that this and other monuments were, all the consultation was done, and then one of the first groups that came to visit me as Secretary of Interior was the Navajo, and the Navajo felt that they weren't consulted, particularly related to the buffer zone and the impingement on Navajo Alati's rights relative to the buffer zone around Chaco. So that's one of the specific areas that we'll be doing consultation on.
Right, and I think that if you look at the record, there was actually a lot of consultation. Now, that's why I'm asking you, I didn't say commit to keeping it. I want you to commit to keeping it. I think if you do the work and look at the fact that, oil and gas drilling, my district drilled more oil than your state. We are an oil and gas state. We understand the importance of all the resources. We believe in wind energy and solar energy, but we also depend on oil and gas. And you can drill for a molecule away from Chaco Canyon and get a return on your investment and not destroy irreplaceable cultural sites. And that's, I think, what we are looking for. Is not, don't drill it all in northwestern New Mexico, but don't do it where there are sacred, protected sites that can never, ever be replaced. A molecule of gas is going to be the same whether you pull it out from within the Chaco buffer zone or from outside. Thank you. I'm getting the little tick-tock. My time has expired. Thank you very much, Mr. Secretary.
Gentlelady's time has expired. The